There was a story a couple of months ago that I didn't pay much attention to at the time, but I was reminded again of it today. So I'm going to talk about it for a minute or two. There was a school in Boston, in Massachusetts, in the States. More than one school, I think, but one school in particular that is doing away with advanced mathematics classes because whites and Asians are overrepresented um, in this class. And this is a school that is dominated by Hispanics and black people. So the wokesters went into a hissy fit, of course. And the answer to this problem was not to help the people at the bottom up, it's to drag the people at the top back down. And how they think that will make their school better, how they think that will make their students better, I really don't know. They want to lower the bar for everybody instead of helping the people that are struggling or whatever, help them up. But this is just too provocative for these people, that some groups may be better at some things than other groups. I mean, Asians are better than white people at maths. I'm white. Am I offended by that? Not really. No, whites are better at Asians than some things as well. Black people are better sprinters than white people. You know, they're better at certain things. We're better swimmers than black people. I mean, not every group is going to be equally good at every single thing, but they will look at inequity and assume that there is some kind of unfairness going on. So if blacks make up 13% of the American population, if there's not exactly 13% of black people in every single field, they're going to assume that there's some kind of racism or bigotry going on, keeping black people out of these given fields. There has never been perfect equity in anything, in any society. How could there ever be? People are different. I mean, even in families, people are different. Brothers and sisters, or two brothers, sometimes they're completely different. How can you think that entire groups of people are going to have the exact same outcomes? That would be completely impossible. In the most egalitarian societies that there's ever been, you don't get that at all. Nothing like it. So if there's 10% of blacks in engineering or something, not 13%, these people will say, aha, they are underrepresented because of racism or something like that. They don't have to prove it, even though it carries with it a burden of proof. They just have to say it, and everyone else has to believe it. Well, look at something like the NFL in the States, the American Football League. You know, blacks are 13% of the American population, but they make up about 75% of the players. So by that logic, there must be some despicable racism going on against white people. Why are we being kept out of it? I don't think that for a second. That'd be stupid, but I'm just using their own logic against them. Or the NBA, blacks are way overrepresented. They're just better at basketball than everybody else. That's why they're there. There's no black swimmers because they're rubbish at swimming. White people are just better swimmers. It's not because there's racist white people guarding the swimming pools against black people coming in wanting to take a dip. Of course not. But this is the way these people think. If there's not perfect outcomes to the percentages of the population, they will assume racism or bigotry or whatever else. It's the way they see the world. It's a very black and white kind of postmodern way of looking at the world, and it's completely incoherent.